Hi, welcome to my online class. I'm beginning on the D2L login page because even if you've taken an online class before, the page looks a little bit different now. It's important to realize that each one of these little links will help you with any problem that you're having with D2L. So if you're ever having a problem with the system itself, try going back to the login page and clicking on one of these links. I'm going to go ahead and log in, which is the first thing that you should do as well. Your page probably looks a little bit different from mine, but I'm going to click on our class and log into our class. And you'll see the first thing that comes up is essentially our front page of our class. Some of these things will always be the same. The Contact Me will stay there all semester as a reminder that I do not ever, ever use D2L email. If you send me something through D2L, I will not see it. I think that D2L email is the devil, so I use my Highlands address, and that's what you should use too. Or you can contact me through text or calling the number that's listed on our course syllabus. Where is our course syllabus, you may wonder? Well, the way this is set up is that in my mind you should begin essentially by always reading the news, whatever news is there. I try to update the news with stuff that's going on that's pertinent to our class about every week. So sometimes I'll leave things up a little bit longer, sometimes they'll change more frequently, but if you're checking in with our course at least 3 times a week, then I don't think that you will miss anything. I like to begin over here with the content items. Content is, what's in the course, what's going on. So I'm going to click on content, and that's going to take me to wherever I was last, but here I'm going to start with the table of contents. I have set up each one of these. Each one of these is called a module, and all of these modules are set up in the order in which I want you to go through them. So we begin our course with getting started, obviously. Then we move into the poetry unit. Then we'll study fiction. Around that time we'll hit the midterm exam. Then we'll move into drama. The last month of the course we'll be working on our research project, and then finally we'll have the final exam. So by clicking on content items and then content, you'll be able to get to the table of contents and figure out where everything is. In our Getting Started module, you should begin with the syllabus. Clicking on the syllabus will take you to essentially what is our roadmap or our guide for the course. This is also where the content comes from for our first syllabus quiz, our first quiz in the class, which is the syllabus quiz. So you should read through this carefully. If I were in this class, I would probably print out a copy of this and keep it in my notebook or keep it posted in a workstation where I work. Also in this Getting Started module, it has a lot of information that will be helpful to you throughout the course. It has our spring schedule, it has a picture of our textbook, how to use Turnitin.com. That is also where you can find the class ID number that you need to register for our course and Turnitin. The first discussion post is there, and also a mini module called Writing Reminders. If you know that you're a person who has trouble with thesis statements, there are several documents that I have created here or that I have linked from others that help remind you how to write a thesis statement. Every single paper you write for this course will need a good thesis statement, as well as a list of common grammar errors, some other writing resources, and if you have forgotten or if you don't know how to format a paper in MLA style, this is about a 5-minute video that will help you do that. All of those materials should be helpful to you throughout the course. After we finish the Getting Started module, we'll work into Understanding Poetry. Each one of these is organized the same way. There's some material that I have put in here to help you understand the course, help you understand what we're reading or what we're working on. Each one of these modules has a reading list that will take you through everything you're supposed to be reading and what you will be tested on. There's poetry terms, a list of terms that you will then be tested on. All of those definitions will be in the textbook, in the glossary of the textbook. Videos that you might find helpful, and then finally your essay assignment for poetry. And this has very detailed instructions as well as tips and help on how to write it. Again, the poetry, fiction, and drama modules are all set up in that exact same way. So once you get into the flow of it, I think you'll understand it a little bit. About halfway through the semester, we will take a midterm exam. The midterm exam begins or opens up at 7 a.m. on February 29th and closes at 10 p.m. on March 5th. You have to take that exam on one of our campuses, but you get to pick the campus and the time. You have to register to take the test by February 19th. You'll do that using SCORE, and I have lots of help for you on how to go through that process. The largest part of the course is the research paper. That's worth about 40% of your grade overall. And you can go through and read. It's also a very long module with lots of little pieces. But again, the way I have set it up is that it works in order. You can go through each one of these bit by bit in the whole module, one step at a time, and you should be fine. Everything is dated and explained. And then finally finishing the course, that's where the final exam will be. The final exam you do not have to register for. You'll take it in the privacy of your home, just like you do with quizzes. Every single thing that will be due in this class ever is listed on our calendar. This calendar is kept up to date. If there are ever any changes, I also post them and change them in the calendar. So you should definitely rely on that feature. Each one of these dates, if you click on it, it will link to the actual assignment that's due. So if you see in your calendar that the syllabus quiz is due, you can click on that calendar item and it will take you directly to the syllabus quiz. In D2L, there's about 3 or 4 different ways to get to any one thing. So if you see you have a syllabus quiz due, you can click on that calendar item. It will take you to the quiz, or you can come up here to assessments and click on quizzes, or you can click on discussions to do your discussions, or you can get to it using the content itself. So if you're in the Getting Started module, for example, you can click on this syllabus quiz and it takes you to the same place. There's lots of redundancy built into the D2L system just to make sure you don't miss anything. A couple other things I want to show you. First, I'm going to change to the student view so that we're looking at it the same way. You can click on grades. One of the policies that I believe in is that you should have full access to your grades at all times throughout the course. I work very hard to organize that and to keep it updated. So from the very first day of the course, you should see everything that you're going to have due and how many points each item is worth. And as stuff is graded, it goes in there. I try to get things graded within a week. Sometimes the essays take a little bit longer, and the research paper, of course, will take a lot longer because it's a lot more to grade. When you're thinking about how long it takes me to grade something, please keep in mind that I have about 125 students at any given time. Some of those are face-to-face and some of those are online. If I have 125 students turning in essays that are 400 to 600 words, it's going to take me a while to get through all of that grading. So please be patient. I know that I have not graded something. You don't need to email me and remind me. And it will be done as soon as it's done. What else? Okay. When we do get into the research project, I will point out and explain this Galileo search box. And, discussion posts you can access again through the content, but you can also access them through the discussion page itself. These are all of the discussion posts we will have throughout the entire semester. Consider working this class a little bit different way. If you want to, for example, you could go ahead and post your discussion posts ahead of time. Never think that you have to wait until something is due. You can work ahead of time in any aspect of this course. For those discussions, all you'll do is click on the discussion post itself, read the instructions carefully, and then click on Start a New Thread. If I do that now, I've also got, for the first one, I have an example that you can read. If I do that now and I start on a new thread, I can enter a subject. I can also post pictures. I can post links. I'm typing in this space. And finally, if you come up here to where it has your name up here and you click on notifications, that's a great tool to use that you can set up texts or notifications, deadlines, all of that stuff to come directly to your phone. So if you're someone who needs a little bit more help prompting or time management, you can set up any assignment to alert you through a text message on your phone. That's a great little tool to use. Finally, you should also have access to our class list, and you'll be able to see who else is in this class. Anytime somebody is actually online in the class or online through D2L, there'll be a little red or green dot there. So you can know who else is online. You can also see who else is in our class, and you can email anyone else in our class, which is just another way that you can all communicate amongst yourselves. I hope this has been helpful. I look forward to working with you, and as always, contact me if you have any questions.